YouTube. I'm not Cassie.
Speaking as a guy who's really got it going on, it's only natural. It's only me.
Yeah, Jaitee.
Cassie.
Cass loves music.
Expect a lot of randomness. I think there should be a Shakespeare vlog. Just like, grab complete works of Shakespeare. I actually own 2 complete works of Shakespeare. One of them I'm taking with me to college just so he just stays home. Okay, so today we're going to talk about our favorite Shakespeare plays and why they're our favorite Shakespeare plays.
Like me to start.
Surely.
Okay. Hi. I'm going to talk about one of my favorite Shakespeare comedies, so I'm going to talk about Twelfth Night. Twelfth Night, if you have not seen and or read it, is a hilarious play about these twins that get separated.
Yeah.
And the reason that this is my favorite play is... Why is this my favorite play? I don't actually know.
I don't know. We did a scene from it for a Shakespeare competition one year.
Yeah, maybe that's it. It just, it was one of the first Shakespeare plays that I was introduced to, I suppose, because we were in it. And I love how, the girl who's is dressed as a guy, and she's, slowly falling for a master, and she's like, "You're so pretty, Lion, I'm a boy, nothing's going on." And I love how all the, funniness and the awkwardness comes together. The ending wraps up in a very kind of cliche, everyone gets hitched together way, but...
Except for that one guy.
Except for Malvolio. Shakespeare always has to have a little bit of tragedy in all of his comedies, and in Twelfth Night, the little bit of tragedy is kind of hilarious, because Malvolio has been kind of tortured throughout the entire play, and he just explodes, saying that he will get his revenge on all of you.
Because of yellow socks. Okay, so my favorite Shakespeare play, it is also probably the most influential play in my life. It was Midsummer Night's Dream, and it was the first Shakespeare play that I ever saw. I was really, really into fairies when I was younger, and I still am, but not as much. But yeah, so my parents got it for me for Christmas one year. They got me the DVD of it, and it took me forever to watch it. I was like, oh, Shakespeare, yay, because I was in middle school, and I'm like, Shakespeare. That was just associated with bad, and now I'm wearing a Shakespeare shirt and going to a school where the Shakespeare Festival is. But it's absolutely one of my favorites, because there's just so much, chaos, things go wrong with the fairies, interacting with the normal people, and I just love it. That's pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my ultimate favorite Shakespeare play.
My other favorite Shakespeare play that is a comedy is As You Like It.
As You Like It.
As You Like It has recently taken the little step above Twelfth Night as my favorite Shakespearean comedy. As You Like It has topped Twelfth Night because there's a lot more sincerity in it. It's not just all slapstick humor. There's a lot of heart and a lot of funniness in a way that is understandable. When he just goes through the forest talking about his love, it's sappy and it's silly, but it's adorable. And I think the moment that I knew that was going to be my new favorite Shakespeare comedy above Twelfth Night was at the end when Rosalind and Orlando, when they finally get together and they get married, Rosalind addresses the audience and she talks about the importance of love and of being yourself, and that was when I was just like, this is absolutely friggin' awesome. I love it when Shakespeare characters address the audience, and this ending monologue was kind of the best thing ever.
Yeah.
History can be the transition.
Okay, so we're talking about history. The history plays. My favorite history play is Richard III, and the first time I saw it, I saw a DVD of Ian McKellen playing Richard III, and he was just fantastic. And there's so many good monologues, and there's such
sorry. I'm my face.
And I think it would be a good play if it was just a play, but I think it's more interesting because it was based on actual facts. I stutter. I don't know why, but the fact that it's based on fact. Yeah. I'm done talking. I'm not as articulate as Jaitee is more often. See? That just proves it. This just proves it.
I haven't really seen a lot of Shakespeare histories, and I haven't really found them interesting enough to look on my own.
Henry V.
So Henry V is the only Shakespeare history that I've seen because it was at the Shakespeare Festival last year.
Brian Vaughan.
And it was Brian Vaughan, and it was fantastic. But I have to admit, histories are not my thing, and during the first act, there were possibly parts where I may have taken naps. But every time I opened my eyes, I was like, oh, this is interesting. And then as soon as it would stop being interesting, I'd be like... But the second act I was completely in love with. I don't know what was different between the first and the second act that made me, stay awake. Second act was absolutely fantastic, and I understood why people love that play. So hopefully I will get to see it again and, realize what the first act is talking about.
Yeah, at actor training they were telling us how Henry V was 3 hours long, and I was like, oh my god, 3 hours long. And then I watched it, I'm like, it's over? What? No, it can't be over. There's more.
I must have it all now. What particularly I liked better about the second act than I did about the first, but I did love the fact that some romance had come into it. That's probably why I stayed awake, because if you want me to be interested in something, you have to have romance. How the playfulness between Henry and Catherine is probably what I really stood out to me about that play, and how even in the midst of this war, they could still find love in each other. Oh.